Alright, this is an extremely janky thing that I got going, but it looks to be going good so far, so let's begin. Alright. Hi, welcome to my TED Talk. I'm Grayson Kenny. You may also know me as my more commonly spoken name, Caesar's friend, or found in the wild, Caesarus Amaticus. Today I'll be talking about D&D or Dungeons and Dragons. It is called D&D for short because, the first D is for dungeons and the end stands for because it makes sense, and the D is for dragons. And that most things are abbreviated because the amount of time uses up. The average D&D player would spend approximately 3.5 years saying words throughout the player's life. So you'll have to bear with me. D&D is a role-playing tabletop game. It is not a traditional or not normal or traditional video game. It is a game tabletop, and it's certainly better than most other video games and can definitely go beyond creativity and interactiveness. Um, in D&D, there's usually one person, a dungeon master or DM for short, that is the narrator and whole overall manager of the game. They manage to set up the plot, NPCs, the environment, everything in the game except the players who have a party of characters. In the world of DM has made everything that in your game can be in anywhere at any time, but is usually a medieval fantasy world that combines multiple eras and mashes them into anything the DM chooses. Now, one thing I have to make clear is that everything is not a clear pathway. Most events are planned, but mostly it's just all improvised because Murphy's Law applies to everything. Now, with that all the way, time to make the most important parts. Minus playing is creating the characters, and I will be telling you how to make one today. Now, if I haven't screwed up right now, you should be able to see this. Alright. Now I have a character sheet here, and for this lesson I'll do a first level character that I've already made a modest period of time ago in a place about 45 minutes away. This was probably one of my first characters and also my highest level character. So let's get right into this. Okay, right. So we got the book. Oh, wrong way. I don't know if you can even see all of it, but basically it says the words Player's Handbook. It's kind of messed up, but it's taking dog attacks, but and stuff quite literally, like with these little things here and kind of with these bite marks. Um, but it's still good. So first thing you want to pick is your race. So let me get. Um, you can be dwarves, elves, lizards, gnomes, birds, but don't be birds or Tasha's anything because they can be extremely overpowered at low levels, except King Goose. And you can be hobbits as well as wizards or as Wizards of the Coast calls them, halflings because they don't want to get sued. And you can even be humans. All right. Yes. Almost there. Okay. So, dwarves, elves, human, drag, lizard, gnome, and that's it. All right, there's a lot more. There's a lot more. Like there's no more in books other than this. Okay, so my character is gonna be a Heldorf. Can you see that well? You can see all right. Um, Decent enough. Okay, so there's just like a bunch of stuff about him and stuff because they're cool. So it's gonna be a Hildorf. So don't look at this page. That's the stupid elves. Look at this page. Yeah, you can see it. All right, this is Heldorf. Um, because they're obviously superior to all of other races. Heldorfs get dark vision. You can see that right here. Which is basically night vision but in shades of gray, so you can't see color. And it extends out to 60 feet. They get a +2 to Constitution and a +1 to Wisdom, which we will lose with later. They get resistant to poison and get 1 extra point of health every time they level up. Dwarfs are size class medium and have a speed of 25 feet. So they're actually pretty slow, with the average speed being 30, or the human speed being 30. Dwarves also get proficiency bonus with light hammers, war hammers, hand axes, and battle axes. They also receive a tool proficiency of either smith tools, brewer's tools, or mason's tools. Dwarves can speak common, dwarvish, and have stone cunning, which activates whenever you make a history check. Um, uh, and you are considered to be proficient. It's only history checks made on stonework, but you'd be considered to be proficient and gain double the proficiency bonus. So this may not make a lot of sense to you right now, but hopefully will at the end of this hopefully short video. There are many other races that will come with their unique benefits and abilities and are more created all the time, so I will not go over them, only really the basics. I'll be choosing smith tools for my tool proficiency. So let me go over here. Where's my pencil? Right here. Okay, so where do we put this down? Okay, put some dark vision. $60 speed 25 feet. Resistance to poison. Stone. What's that? Stone proficiency. Stone cunning. And smith's tools. Yeah. So we got equipment. Put smith's tools in there. Or no, you can just put. Okay, I'm bad at writing. You probably can't even read this anyways. Okay. As I'll say, for tools, I'll use Smith's tools. Which means I can add my proficiency bonus, which I'll tell about later if Smith's tools are preferable. Okay, so now that we got the race out of the way, we can go on to classes. Alright, so page 45. So, I think you can see that. Alright, so I'm a bit too lazy to write a thing on each of these classes, but, so, there's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 11 classes, usually. Like, there can be, as I'll talk about later, subclasses. But these are basically just the bland things. So, barbarians. Fierce warrior of primitive background who can enter a battle rage. Bard, an inspiring magician whose power echoes the music of creation. Cleric, a priestly champion who wields divine magic in service of a higher power. Druid, priest of the old faith wielding the powers of nature, moonlight, and plant growth, fire and lightning, and adopting animal forms. Fighter, a master of martial combat skilled with a variety of weapons and armor. Monk, a master of martial arts, harnessing the power of the body in pursuit of physical and spiritual perfection. Paladin, a holy warrior bound to a sacred oath. Ranger, a warrior who uses martial prowess and nature magic to combat threats on the edges of civilization. Rogue, a scoundrel who uses stealth and trickery to overcome obstacles and enemies. Sorcerer, a spellcaster who draws on inherent magic from a gift or bloodline. Warlock, wielder of magic that is derived from a bargain with an extraplanar entity. Wizard, a scholarly magic user capable of manipulating the structures of reality. I think I'm gonna lose my voice after this. So yeah, I explained them all because I don't want to make more. Oh, and I'm not even half done. So what? How many seconds? What? 10 minutes? No, that's bad. That's bad time. Okay. Well, I've already started writing. So, so the one that I'm gonna be is the one right here, the cleric. Here we go. So maybe I can like lift it up. Yeah, that looks better. But you can't see anything. But like, look at the page. That's basically this is what basically they are. Okay. Okay. So class is kind of your overall profession. Um, like it's like, are you a scientist compared to an engineer? Are you a farmer compared to a merchant? Like, yeah, you could be a farmer that's also a merchant, but are you mostly a farmer or are you mostly a merchant? Like, it's kind of very bland. So, it's designed to be bland, so you can be other things. Okay, so my character is going to be the cleric. Um, the cleric is a divine holy warrior, but less so than a paladin, which is more of your knight in shining armor. That's like, you're a really holy warrior. Um, but it gets more significantly more spells than a paladin. A paladin's more frontline fighter. Cleric's more of a midline fighter with spells, but also pretty decent attack. Um, they are fully fledged spellcasters, so they can get spells up to ninth level, but their range of spells is limited. Clerics are much more able to be on the front lines compared to other casters, and much of their focus is on healing their buffing allies. Well, you'll see. I will be first level, and as you can see, it goes all the way to 20th level. Let's see. I don't know if you can. I can't really zoom it in. Well, maybe I can zoom it in. Oh, if I zoom it in though, it's gonna mess it up. Yeah, I think I already messed it up. Did I mess it up? Maybe. Oh, probably. Okay, well, let's just hope that it didn't mess it up. Okay, well, just trust that it goes all the way up to 20th level. Um, I'm gonna lose my voice. So, okay, so I need to pick a domain. So, domain, you can see like there's the knowledge domain, life domain, light domain, nature domain, trickery domain, tempest domain, war domain. Okay, so yada yada. So each domain, like let's say the knowledge domain compared to the life domain. So the knowledge domain focuses on your knowledge and being smart, and also like uncovering like what do I call it? Um, like questions of the universe or knowledge that is forgotten. How to tie your shoe and stuff. The life domain is more focused on. I probably can't even see it. It's more focused on your like healing others and basically bringing life. All right. So this can make it a lot more diverse, because like I was just saying, you can be a farmer compared to a merchant is your class. Now you can have a farmer that deals in carrots, or a farmer that sells his own produce as a merchant, like stuff like that, such as like the let me go to uh, right here, the Eldritch Knight. So it's a fighter, and fighters usually don't have any magic. They don't have any magic. They just fight. But Eldritch Knights do have magic, and they can get magic all the way up to 4th level, which is kind of sad compared to all the other ones, but they actually can have magic. So it's making a fighter wizard hybrid more of a fighter than a wizard, but still a wizard. You can also multi-class, which kind of makes you both of each, but I'm not going to explain that. I probably shouldn't. Yeah, it's take way too long, and I don't think you can do it at first level. No, you can't. So let's get back to dwarf. Okay. Okay. So one thing you may have heard that came up a couple of times is your proficiency bonus. If you look right here, proficiency bonus, 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus please. All goes up to 6 plus at level 17, and then goes to. But for right now, it's 2 plus. So what proficiency is, anything that we're in proficient right now. So the like. So this would be added for skills. Like I'll get into like armor proficiencies, like weapons, simple weapons, right here. Um, it would be you would get a +2 because of that 2 right here. You get a +2 to attacking with that weapon, and you can also use it without getting other penalties. Um, so it's something you want if you're going to use it. Like if you wear an armor without being proficient in the type of armor, you'll have penalties or the type of weapon. But if you are proficient in it, you'll get, things. You can be proficient in saving throws, skill throw checks, and stuff like that. Um. Okay. Oh, also that tool that was talking about, we would have +2 in that. So the subclass that I will be using, or domain, will be the life domain because they are just healers, but just on steroids. Seriously, they are. Um, they at first level they acquire proficiency in heavy armor, so I can wear heavy armor without getting um penalties. It's not as much. You don't get a 2 plus to it wearing heavy armor, but you don't get any penalties. Um, and they get +2 to any or +2 plus the spell level, which I'll go over later, like the end of this thing. Oh, it's gonna take like 30 minutes. Um, so you get +2 to any healing spell plus the spell's level. So if you're casting a level 5 level spell, let's say, you would heal the number that you have +7. All right. You also need a god if you're gonna be playing a paladin or a cleric, and usually my god is Moradin, head of the Darvian Pantheon, because he's cool. They're, yeah, you can really be anything, but like maybe research into them. So like it's probably a bad idea, but I'm gonna take you all the way to the end and look at that. I got it straight off. So these are like normal deities, but cheer. Here's like deities of stuff, and you got like I don't know, like all these deities of different worlds, and so you got what is this? Baroi, the goddess of nature. Alignment N or neutral, which I don't know if I'll really go over this, but neutral. So there's 9, I think. Well, no. Yeah, there's 9. There's 9 different alignments. There is good, neutral, and evil. So basically, good is like you're a good person, and there's 3 in there. There's lawful good. There is neutral good and chaotic good. Then there's the same thing for neutral. There's neutral, true neutral, you'd call it. Um, Neutral, a chaotic neutral, and lawful neutral. Then for the evil, there's chaotic evil, neutral evil, and lawful evil. So the thing is, let's just look at chaotic good. So, or the good side. Lawful good is you abide by the law and different things. As dwarves are usually lawful good. Um, so you abide by